Enemy MOAB incoming.
Hey guys and girls, how you all doing? It's Kirsty, as usual, with another gameplay commentary. And I'm sure some of you guys have noticed from the badly made intro, yes, that was my fault, sorry, that this isn't actually my gameplay. This is actually a subscriber's gameplay, who's actually a friend of mine that I play with on PlayStation, and he's just an absolutely beastly player. His name's withStyle. And I'll be definitely leaving his channel link in the description because you guys really need to check him out. He's actually another Australian commentator, which all you guys know that I love. I love supporting my country. Yes, quite patriotic like that. Go me! And anyway, this guy, he's just fucking brilliant at the game. And you'll see that from this gameplay. He does have a little bit of a rough start with getting sniped and all that, but that doesn't keep him down. You'll see, this is just a beastly gameplay. It's the perfect mix of knowing when to rush, knowing when to be a bit more cautious, knowing exactly where they're spawning. This guy, he's just a master of knowing where the enemy team's going to be. And he could really help you guys out a lot. You really have to go and check out his channel. He particularly does this spawn guide series, which goes over the Domination spawn points and where they're going to spawn and where you're going to push them to spawn if you go into certain areas, all that sort of good stuff. And he does that for quite a few maps, and I mean, they're awesome. I've never really been a Domination player until recently, so they've actually helped me out personally a lot. So I'm telling you guys, like, you need to check out this series and just his gameplays in general. You know how you get those sort of players who, if the enemies are bad enough, they'll have a good game. Well, this isn't withStyle. He's one of those really consistent players. It doesn't matter what the enemies are like, it doesn't matter how many are partied up, he'll still do well. And that's something I really admire, and I really like people that can pretty much prevail against all odds, and that's withStyle. And I really think you guys could learn quite a lot from him and the way he plays, and just all that good stuff. Because like I said, I play with this guy personally, and anyone who I play with personally and has respect from me is obviously going to be a pretty decent player. Because as I've spoken about in the past in my videos, I can't watch gameplay from someone who can't play, regardless of how good of a commentator they are. I don't know, I need to be impressed and entertained visually, as opposed to just someone who can say nice things and make you laugh, if you know what I mean. And he's one of the true beasts of the game. He's quite underrated, and I'm sure if he got his name out there more, he'd be one of those guys that you'd be thinking of, like Jay Nasty sort of style. Just a damn beastly player, entertaining to watch. You know that when you play with him, he's got your back. You know that he's going to actually play for the objective. As you'll actually see in this gameplay, he jumps on flags. He jumps on flags when, you know, he's close to 100 kills. When any normal person would just be worried about killing. That would be me, anyway. I've had a few games that are quite high scoring, and I could have jumped on a flag or two more in the meantime and actually brought about the win. But no, Style's not like that. He's always at the top of the scoreboard with a decent amount of kills, and he's generally got more objective captures than anyone. And as you'll see here, he just reads the spawns perfectly. It's like this guy has a fucking sixth sense. You know that movie with that little blonde kid who sees dead people? You know, it's almost like that. He sees dead people before they're even dead. Although he is the one causing most of that death. But you just watch him, the way he goes from spawn to spawn, he knows exactly where these guys are. He knows when to hang back. He knows, look, if I'm injured or I need to reload, I'm going to just hang back slightly. And he just plays this game so fucking perfectly. And there's a little bit in the middle where he sort of chokes a little bit. And imagine how many kills he would have had if he hadn't been able to get some of the payloads he didn't quite get. It's just unreal, this game. So, before I run out of descriptive words to describe this gameplay, how about we actually get on to what sort of class he's using and perks and kill streaks and all that good stuff. because I actually think that that's a really important part of achieving a game like this for yourselves at home. And let's face it, that is a lot of the reason why guys watch YouTube videos, is they want to get some tips and some hints of how to pretty much replicate what they're seeing themselves. And a big part of this gameplay, in my opinion, really comes down to your kill streak choice. As you'll see, he's using Predator Missile, AH6 Overwatch and a Pavlo. And the reason why he's using them is because when you're going for these high kill games, you don't really want to be out of the action, like you would be with a Reaper or an AC-130. Sure, they can be great for getting kills, especially in certain maps, but if you've got something like an AH6 and enemies aren't using blind eye, you can run around, pwn some noobs with your gun, while getting lots of kills from the sky. And as you'll see, with the way that Style plays, he spends a lot of time in the enemy spawn. And using something like an AH6 Overwatch in an enemy spawn is just pretty much rape. Especially when they're like these players who aren't actually trying to take any of his stuff down. Well, they do at some points. There are some things that don't get as many kills as what they should have. But overall, majority of his kill streaks are staying up for a reasonable amount of time. And the one thing you can learn about this gameplay, if you're one of the enemies that's sort of getting dominated by a player like this, is make sure you have a Stinger class. If just a couple of these guys actually bothered pulling out a Stinger, they could have really prevented this sort of ass raping that they obtained. But, I don't know, maybe some of them wanted to reminisce of their time in jail or something like that. I don't know, just my dodgy attempt at being funny. And I'm not really that funny. Especially at the moment when I'm really sore. Because some of you guys have probably noticed on Twitter that I have been complaining about a bit of a toothache recently. That is a real pain in the ass. It is really, really sore. And my dentist is a pain in the ass. And they screwed up my appointment. And now I can't get an appointment till next week. So, yeah, enough about my bitching. And let's actually continue on with this gameplay. I'm just going to put on some music in a minute. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to choose, just so that you guys can just fully immerse yourselves in the beastliness of this gameplay. As you'll see at the moment, there's an AC-130 out. Yes, their first real kill streak all game. And that definitely does slow down the killing, but it still doesn't actually change anything for the end outcome in this game. Just imagine if they didn't have stuff like this in the air. I reckon this could have been like a 140 kill game. If it wasn't for just a few small things like that. And you'll see a few moments like a minute ago where he gets panic knifed by, yeah, some noob who's just running around knifing. And just unfortunate events like that. But you can't complain about a 123 kill game. It's not actually that far away from the most kills on YouTube at the moment, I'm pretty sure too. I'm pretty sure the highest on YouTube's 130 something, maybe 140? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm just talking off the top of my head, my ditzy head, and that doesn't always go that well. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get going, and I'm going to just put on some music for the rest of this gameplay, and you guys can just watch the raid. Make sure you go and sub this guy, because I'm telling ya, he's really entertaining and he could really help you guys out. You guys that are looking for tips as well. So he really covers pretty much all categories. He's a great commentator. He tells awesome stories. Funny stories too. So he's one of those real all-rounders and you're definitely going to find something you like on this guy's channel. So anyway guys, peace out and I'll talk to you all soon.